Hello everybody, and welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy VII again. We're just basically going to continue the game. Now, this is essentially the day after I recorded the last episode, but there was something I actually noticed. The last episode was recorded in a format known as FLV, which is essentially Flash video, and essentially what that means is that it should be easier to upload to YouTube, but I had to actually upload the video directly, so I didn't have any editing. I didn't do any editing on it. If you read the description, you might already know this actually, but the description up on episode 1, that is. But essentially what happened is because I recorded to FLV and the current editing program that I use, which is Sony Vegas Movie Studio HD 11, which is old, but you know, I ain't got money. That editing software doesn't actually support Flash video, so I can't actually edit the video file. And before uploading, I basically thought to myself, you know, because I'm busy with school, well, yeah, I actually am busy with school this time. I actually have a pretty large exam coming up soon, this week in fact, but essentially what I thought was before I decided to I'm trying to find the right words. I cannot do it for some reason. I have a massive headache. But before I decided on not converting the video or editing the video, I essentially went on a small search in a little bit of free time I had, and there are a lot of video converters out there, but in my experience they've been really slow and sluggish. And that means that essentially what was going to happen was I was going to download a video converter. That was going to take a while to find a proper one. Then I was going to convert it to whatever format would work, so AVI or MP4. And then I would edit it and then render it. And my thought process was I would not be able to do all of that along with everything I had to do and get it out at the correct date. So I essentially uploaded it completely raw. This episode, on the other hand, I tested it beforehand. It does work when recording MP4. I'm recording this with XSplit, which I also did with the last episode. And I did test it, and MP4 recording does show up and does work. It does, you know, actually show a video, it shows audio, it, you know, I can edit that, so this is going to be an edited episode. I'm also going to make some tests in the future with recording audio separately, so recording the video and game audio using XSplit and then using Audacity on the side to record my audio. That way I can get rid of background noise and such. But to start off with, this is what we're gonna be doing. So I have my gain actually set up fairly high because, again, I can't really talk that loud because people are asleep, and so I'm trying to sort of be a little bit quiet. Anyway, back to the game. I've essentially just been skipping through the text. I haven't actually played Final Fantasy VII in a while, and it feels really good to be back to it. One of the things that really bothers me often when I try to play it on my own is that I can't actually get myself to actually play it, because I'm like, I don't really have an incentive to play this game. I've played it all. I've done everything in this game. But, you know, I mean, I still love it, and I still play it every now and then, and just recording it just sort of adds a whole different dimension to playing some games, I feel, and Final Fantasy VII is one of them. Now, you may be wondering, like, this game is overdone. This game has been done to death by everyone. What do I have to offer? And honestly, not that much. There isn't much I can do that hasn't already been done with Let's Plays or challenge runs or whatever, but while that's true, excuse me, while that's true, the game still, I still love this game, and I don't really think that I'll bring anything new. I just think that my current perspective is a bit different than it was back then, and I want to do it properly. You know, I want to do my favorite game justice. Now, some people would like to mean that Final Fantasy VII is not my favorite game. It is, in fact, not at all my favorite game. And I would not be surprised. See, there is a game that sort of comes really close, and for a while it actually was my favorite game above this one, but sort of as time went on, I realized that the replayability really isn't that high, and that's Persona 4. Persona 4 I love. I really do. I think that Persona 4 is one of the best games in existence, but I can't replay it as much as this game for some reason. And even though, like I mean, there's a lot more of variables in that game, but for some reason, I just always feel when I start playing that game again, I've done 3 playthroughs now, and I'm like, I don't know, like, whenever I start it up, when I'm like, hey, I want to play Persona 4, I start it up, and I'm like, no, I've done pretty much everything. I have a few more trophies to get on the Persona 4 Golden version, but I just don't feel like it. But this game, I can somehow always bring myself to play every now and then. So Persona 4, great game, one of the best RPGs that I've ever played, but not as good as Final Fantasy VII. The other game that a lot of people would like to think I have as a favorite is Destiny, and that really doesn't surprise me with how much I play Destiny these days. I really do love Destiny. I really do think it's a great game. I do acknowledge that there are a lot of problems with it. The newest DLC, which is the Taken King, did really fix a lot of them, but there are still some glaring issues that need to be looked at. Now, it's, like I said, it's a great game, but it isn't my favorite because, well, because of the problems, really. The game is a huge grind. It's essentially just a grind fest. And while I do enjoy it as a grind fest, I don't feel like it does... I don't feel like a grind fest is better than a proper RPG. Hold on a second. No, never mind. I thought that one of the mods had, like, residue over and was still installed, but no. So there's actually, there's a mod that actually adds, like, breathing movements, essentially, to the characters. So when you're standing still, for instance, your character will be sort of moving back and forth. It'll be breathing, essentially. Making it look a little more natural, but I don't know, it looks a bit weird to me, honestly. That's not to say that this game looks perfect. The graphics have definitely aged a lot, and this is no more apparent than when looking at it in 1080p like I am right now, even though I'm looking at it through sunglasses. Yes, I do that because I have a headache. Don't judge me. Anyway, Yeah, the graphics are really like aged. They're dated. I don't care. I still love the graphics because they have a certain charm to them. I won't try and pretend that they aren't bad, but it's basically the nostalgia factor for me. I can't get over the fact that I really do like it. I feel like it has a distinct art style and a distinct sort of, yeah, just overall style to it. So, yeah. That's my sort of rant on different games that I looked at and stuff. Alright. Alright, I do have to mention something. I have been playing, sort of off and on. I think I mentioned this in the last episode, but I've been playing Final Fantasy Record Keeper on, try to fight back that yawn for like 3 minutes or something. But, yeah, I've been playing Final Fantasy Record Keeper on my phone, and, it's a really fun game. I really recommend it for any Final Fantasy fans. But there is something that I have to say is strange. So, the game has like these weekly or daily challenges and like daily dungeons and such, and most of it isn't really that hard. I haven't done, like, for instance, there's a at the time of recording, there's an event going on where you can get Cloud's level cap like higher. So there's essentially, I believe there's a level cap of 30 or 40, and you can increase that by using something called a memory crystal. Once Cloud is like level 40 or whatever the normal cap is, you can use it to increase his level cap to 60. And then you can get a second memory crystal from this event that will increase his max level even further to 85. And I haven't done, in any of the events that have come up, there are essentially 2 tiers of battles. And I've never done the second tier properly, but the first tier has always seemed really easy to me, and like ridiculously easy. Alright, I want to stress here, I'm going to go to You Wouldn't Understand. Not because I want to decrease affection with Barrett or anything. It's because I don't want to go through the materia tutorial, because I know how materia works in this game. And I can go over it with you guys once I have more materia. So yeah, we're going to be put in charge of materia. So, Tifa's coming with us. You guys all know this. Everybody knows this game. Everybody knows this story. One of the things I've always been intrigued by with modding with this game, because there is a huge modding community, and something I've always been interested in, at least mildly, is total conversions. So there are a few total conversions out there. Like most of the ones that I've seen so far are works in progress. So like stuff where it's gotten up to the end of disc 1 or something. Oh wow, the text on exit is really weird. Alright, so for continuing with the game, I'm actually gonna go with a fire cure, and based on the enemies we're going to be fighting for most of the beginning of the game, lightning. We're going to get the second bolt materia. Alright, so let's go over to, well, Cloud needs, well, Cloud will keep that. I didn't actually equip Barrett with the assault gun last time, so now that I've done that, we'll give him lightning and restore, and Tifa only has 1 slot. You know what? Let's actually use stats. Okay, so believe that magic is assault magic and spirit is restorative magic. So Cloud actually has the highest spirit stat, which I find very interesting. He actually has the highest stats in everything except dexterity, which is where Tifa and Barrett both beat him out. And vitality, where Barrett beats him out. Yeah, he beats the other two out in everything else. Alright, so what are we gonna do about this? I don't have another, no. Okay, so that second cure materia, you know what? I don't need ice. I think ice can wait. So I'm gonna give Cloud ice, and I'm gonna give Cloud cure, sorry, and give Tifa. Actually, we're going up against fire creatures soon, so ice. All right. So with that out of the way, let's continue on with the story. There are a few things here that I could show off. So essentially there's an inn up here on the top floor. This guy is a weapons armor shop, I think. Weapon shop, yeah. Where I can actually buy iron bangles, but I don't have enough money for that. How much can I sell this for? 25? No. One Phoenix down is 150, and one Ether is 750. Jeez. You know what? Let's do that, because I want to buy iron bangles for everybody. So, I don't really use... I use magic a lot, but I don't think that it's going to be that much of a key thing. So, there we go, and... Cloud, yeah, we'll give Cloud the fire material because he has the highest magic stat. So up here is essentially like a, yeah, this is like a tutorial thing where you can talk to everybody, and everybody will have like a lot of like you can access tutorial menus and such. And there you can see like there's a small tutorial on limit breaks and such. So, yeah, it's very much just sort of a tutorial area, and I don't really need it. So, I am going to talk to these two guys, though, because I can get some materia. Or this guy, actually. Got a materia, and I got an ether. So, there we go. That's really all I wanted to do. So, let's go back down and head out to continue with the story. So, oh god, this D-pad sucks. I'm still using the SNES controller. I am going to be using a different controller soon. Alright. So I'm thinking that we'll go up to... I don't know. We'll see. Jeez. I've been recording for roughly 11 minutes. If my math is correct, that is. Okay, now, this is actually very interesting. If I could rotate camera here, or rotate battle models, or whatever, I could actually show you that Barrett is doing something very different. Now, I don't know if this is a problem in the PS1 version, but in the PC version, he actually points the wrong arm at the guy. So you can see that he's actually pointing his hand, like his regular hand, at the guy's face, and is pointing his gun arm into his own hand. So, I've always found that very, very strange. So what are we gonna do now? Alright. Now, interestingly enough, I've only ridden a train once in real life. which was when I went to visit Denmark when I was back in elementary school. That was a weird, weird trip. So, I'm wondering, I feel like there was something I wanted to talk about in this video, but I cannot remember what it was, which is very interesting. Oh. No. I talked about that last night. Never mind. Crap. I can't believe I'm already running out of stuff to talk about. That's weird. I'm weird. So, because I'm using XSplit, I feel like I have to mention it, that I do have a twitch.tv account. It's the same as my YouTube account. It's Super's Lair. If you want to go follow me there, go ahead. I like to stream, but I don't really stream that often because there are just like whenever I feel like, hey, I'm gonna stream, I'm always contacted by somebody. It's like, hey, go help me in Destiny, or hey, let's do a raid or something. It's just like, oh, okay, I guess. Alright. So, we could actually jump off the train right here. We could actually wait the timer out in any of the cars and just jump off. The reason we don't do that is because if we, for instance, would jump off in car 1, we'd have to go a really long way in order to get to the area we're trying to get to. So instead, what we're going to be doing is we're, just like you would think, we're just going to run to the end car, the last car, and get things properly set up. You know, do this part properly, because yes, it does take longer. It can take you longer. Here, this guy actually steals from you, and if you talk to him, you can actually. That's right. Thank you. And head through the door. This is really easy to get through, by the way. Oh, there we go. So now we're in the final car. So essentially what we'll have to do is actually just go through like one screen of possible fights, whereas in the other ones we'd have to go through multiple ones. Alright. So I am going to be watching the comments. I'm going to be like monitoring comments on all the videos up to the point where it's time for the gold saucer date. And if you have like any suggestions, if you want to, if there's this like some date in the pool that you want to see, then go right ahead and throw a suggestion out there, and I'll factor it in. I will be pulling all comments that I see on it from all the videos up to that point, and yeah, so we'll see when we get there what date it'll be. The sort of starting off, I am swinging towards doing Tifa, because I always do Tifa in the gold saucer date. But if you want to see something else, it really isn't a problem, because I can actually play the game the way I want to and get whatever date I want. Because due to playing on the PC version, we have save editing. I know that's a bad thing, sort of a no-no to a lot of people, but yeah. I can edit the save, and I can get whatever date that you guys want me to. I might even do all of them. I don't even know. We'll see. I might actually show them all off, but to start off with, we're just gonna go with sort of the goal from here right now is to go for the Tifa date. But if someone suggests it, I might actually change it down the line. So we'll see. Let's go down. So there's actually a boss fight coming up soon-ish. With a boss called Airbuster. I probably won't be doing that boss fight in this video. I'll probably actually save that for the next video. So, yeah. I always found it very interesting that you can actually take two paths here. Yeah, let's just attack it. Screw it. We'll see how much damage I do with it. Oh, of course Tifa falls asleep. Of course. Why wouldn't she? Bolt. Bolt. Let's electrocute these waterfish because they're dumb. Oh, it didn't die? Really? There. It's dead. So, the Buster Sword actually looks really basic in the basic version of the game. There are a lot of mods that change it. One of the ones that I was really intrigued by when I was going through the mods before recording the first episode, one of the mods I was really interested in was a mod where it changed the Buster Sword to essentially more of what you can see in Dissidia Final Fantasy, and what the sort of look they seem to be going for in the remake, which is sort of the original look. Which I always found, I always found that look to be very interesting for the Buster Sword, but, Jesus, the encounters. Oh, okay. Easy. I never actually checked. It's still recording at 60 FPS. Intriguing. I've never actually, measured out the FPS of the encounters in this game. Strange. I haven't really thought about the FPS in this game at all. I mean, it looks pretty smooth. I should tell you something that, you know, if you're a hardcore PC gamer, you're probably gonna hate me for saying this, but in my opinion, 30 FPS is fine. Don't get me wrong, it's not perfect, but it is fine. I can definitely play a game at at 30 FPS. Why am I saving here? I'm not gonna save here. I'm not ending the episode yet. Oops. So I'll actually only be saving at the end of episodes or in the middle of an episode if there is a choice coming up or a difficult point coming up where I feel like having a save is going to be really beneficial. In which case I will be overwriting the save if it does indeed end up being difficult. But in most cases where it's I just do the thing normally, so I just go directly to the boss fight and stuff and I win, I'm just gonna make a new save. I'm always gonna make a new save for each episode because I want to be able to go back in case there's something wrong. This is the advantage of having high capacity PC gaming. But yeah, on the topic of FPS, there is a lot to be said for 60 FPS. I don't think that playing games in 60 FPS is bad or anything. It's actually quite fantastic. It's just that I've gotten so used to using a 30 FPS limit that it doesn't really, I don't really see why it's such a huge deal. I'm not looking for a more cinematic experience or whatever the hell you want to call it. I just personally don't think that there is that big of a difference. I'm probably gonna get lynched in the comments for saying that, but I don't care. It's just the way I feel about the whole 60 FPS versus 30 FPS hoopla, I guess you could call it. Now, that being said, I do have a fairly powerful gaming PC, and I do have a monitor that displays at 120 Hz, so I can actually, like, it can display 60 FPS properly, and even higher, but it's just like, why, you know? Then again, I am very much a stickler for smooth gaming. That's one of the things that I really cannot stand, and one of the reasons why I really wanted to upgrade my gaming PC is that I cannot stand it when you're playing a game and the FPS drops. It drives me insane. Alright. So, unlike Reactor 1, there is actually no boss fight here when you set the bomb. Cloud set us up the bomb, or whatever the hell you want to say about this. So this time it actually just goes really smoothly. You just set the bomb and you get out. Until you're getting out, actually. That's when things get hairy. Oh, jeez. So let's give it a try. Let's see. Let's see if magic will do me any good here. Let's just use a physical attack to finish this thing off. Oh, that's not bad. What about fire? Does fire do anything? Fire kills him. Cool. Let's just attack him. Jeez. Let's get this over with. Come on. Oh. Of course you had to miss. The guy with the gun for an arm had to miss. That makes a whole lot of sense. Alright. So, as for Final Party, I've been thinking about it. I always think about this early on. The standard Final Party I've been going with in recent memory is, of course, Cloud is the leader. He was always there. You can't remove him. You can mod it, actually, so that you can remove him, but I don't really see the point. But, yeah. So, there's gonna be Cloud, and what I'm thinking is, or what I've been using in recent memory has been Tifa and Vincent, because unlike a lot of people, I actually really like their limit breaks, and I feel that they are really solid. I'm not sure if I want to go with that this time. I actually think I want to do something different. So, I'm thinking for Final Party, I might actually go with... Tough choice. I might actually go with Sid and... Sid and Red? Or Sid and Barrett, maybe? Oh, we're running away from this one. No way I'm fighting these fucking assholes. Let's just get out of here. Alright. You're gonna see me do that a few times throughout the game. Because I don't care. I actually really like running away. I really like running away as a mechanic, so I feel like it's... I don't like running away in general, but I just feel like it's a really solid mechanic, as, you know, you don't always want to fight do the battles. Alright. Oh, way too late on that. And... Oh, come on. And... Nope, way too early. Oh god. Oh, come on. I'm probably gonna edit this out. Yeah, we're gonna cut this. Oh, finally. Alright. That took a few tries. Alright, so that was essentially all we were going to do for today. So, sort of not very eventful, but we did something. Next episode is going to be more eventful, and then we're going to have another sort of dead episode. There's going to be a few dead episodes to start with, because the game takes a little while to pick up. So there's exciting action, and then there's nothing, and then there's exciting action, and then there's nothing. And it's really weird. But yeah, I'm gonna end it here. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and if you have any questions or comments, leave them down in the comment section below, or tweet me at SuperSlayer on Twitter. Thanks for watching yet again, and I will see you guys next time.